You are not lazy or weak or unreliable. Everything we do is a performance, and people like us did not get a script. Most advice assumes you can internally tell yourself what to do, when to do it, and how long it should take. That works for neurotypical people's brains. It does not work for ours at all. Neurotypical people were given a script for how to move through life. They learned pacing and transitions and cues. They had the posture, the drama, the acting lessons. But neurodivergent people, we are completely improvising. We are kids in college improv club. They are Tony-winning actors and playwrights. And then we get blamed when we miss something. Something in a script we don't freaking have. ADHD paralysis is not you being lazy or unreliable. It's what happens when a task does not meet INCUP. Interest, novelty, challenge, urgency, passion. Most adult tasks meet exactly 0 of those. So your brain just doesn't start. Scientifically speaking, ADHD brains struggle with internal direction but respond well to external prompts if pathological demand avoidance isn't triggered. We tend to over-identify our self-worth with tasks that actually don't have any impact on it, and that puts you into fight or flight. So playing a character allows you to remove yourself from it. ADHD paralysis happens a lot of the time because the task feels threatening. Like I said in so many videos, if it doesn't meet INCUP, it's gonna feel like you're chewing off your own arm. Neurodivergent people are not broken versions of neurotypical people. We are running a different operating system. Like seriously, from tip to tip, end to end, our nervous systems, our digestive systems, even our collagen is different. So obviously motivation works differently. Task initiation is a neurological event, and most of the resources they say are for neurodivergent people completely ignore that. My special interests are all performance and language based, so when I was young, I began to learn and memorize incredible amounts of words and scripts and songs. Prior to my love of language, my teacher told my mom I would never master English. And when I was in high school, my psychiatrist told my mom I wasn't going to be able to go to college or live on my own. Yet here I am, a college graduate, living on my own, pursuing a PhD. Acting is never unconscious for me. It's extremely active and intentional and a struggle. I have never learned the proper way to behave in a situation on accident. My mom's acting lessons were the only way I understood social situations, and I would literally run scripts and memorize them. Person you see on Instagram is me at the highest level of performance. Theater works because it externalizes directions for us. You don't have to figure out what to do next. You get a cue. When a task becomes a scene instead of like vague responsibility, the pressure finally starts to drop, and your brain is finally being directed instead of being told, go, 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 and literally nothing else. When you reframe a task as a performance, a role, or even a scene in a lot of circumstances, sometimes even a mission, your brain has something to grab onto. And if I'm being honest, a lot of us have more discipline and work harder than a lot of them. But because it doesn't give the same results, they call us lazy. That's why I made the directive dysfunction cards. Yes, it's a pun. The concept is that for our executive functions to be functional instead of dysfunctional, they need direction. Each card gives you a cue or sometimes a role, but really just any way into the task that doesn't rely on willpower or self-discipline. Your brain is not unreliable just because it doesn't start on command. Especially when you had no idea when the command was coming, you were never given the right structure. And that's not your fault. The directed dysfunction cards for executive dysfunction exist because most tools for neurodivergent people are not actually made for neurodivergent people. They are made for neurotypical people's idea of us. Each card gives you a short insight or fun facts, I love fun facts, called a stage note, and a cue prompt, which is the reframe or mode of play that you'll be using in your activity or task. You pull one card, you can try it, you can ignore it and pull another. Either is allowed. You can really do whatever. The deck is split into 3 levels. Novice, which is designed for moments when your nervous system is loud and nothing seems important, or more importantly, fun. Intermediate, which incorporates an element of strategy, starts working with momentum, novelty, energy, and time distortion, which can make things feel less like someone took your soul and did one of those mortar and pestles to make like sad, autistic chimichurri. I've gone too far with this metaphor. And advanced, which leads into performance challenges and more gripping stakes. I basically am attempting to hack motivation through play, if that makes sense. There are over 500 cards total. I think it's actually closer to 700, but I couldn't count them because I kept getting distracted. Flexibility is intentional. I think games are important because it's one of the only places where failure is not moralized. They're not allowed to be fun. They're not allowed to be playful. Neurotypical people don't want our tools to be any of the things that actually work for us or get our attention. I didn't want to make another tool that looks good on a desk and never actually gets used. I want something that actually works with how our brains already function, and so they're theater themed. I really love theater. I love performance and rehearsal and blocking and cues and costumes and lighting, and the moment before the curtain goes up and you're just feeling all the adrenaline and suddenly you're somebody else and you know exactly what to do and exactly what to say and you don't have to be afraid anymore. I've been finding my way back into theater and singing recently, and it reminded me that we're already performing all the time just to survive. I said, why not make it intentional? The only wrong way to use these cards is the way that makes you feel worse. They're a digital download that you can print or use on your device for maximum accessibility. They were created by me at Vanderbilt University, where I'm pursuing a PhD focused on neurodivergent creativity. And this is really important. Your purchase funds my nonprofit work with neurodivergent middle schoolers here in Nashville, Tennessee. Kids who are already being told they are behind or not trying hard enough. Kids who deserve tools that actually meet them where they are instead of training them to hate themselves before high school even starts. You are helping me to do that work. May the spirit of Octavia Butler be with you. Leave your comments and questions below. As always, I'm Alora Young. Together we are the Neuro Scouts, and I'm here to help.